Hey guys, Dani here, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. Today we're going to talk about logos and everything you need to know about designing them. Coming up. Let's start off with why a logo. I know that logos have actually fallen out of favor with musicians in recent times, but back in the day, logos were actually very crucial to a musician's brand. Think the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, AC/DC, those are just iconic logos. Even the biggest names in music now pretty much all used to have logos when they were first starting out, but they have since stopped using them. This is because they feel like they have enough brand recognition that they don't need to use a logo, that their name is powerful enough, as well as the fact that they really like to go towards the trend of just kind of matching their name on their album art to whatever the theme of the art that they're doing for that album or single or whatever release that they're doing. I personally believe that logos are much more important now than they have ever been. And this is because many musicians get their starts on platforms like YouTube. And having a logo is pretty much the fastest way to brand recognition. And you can use your logo at the beginning of your videos on YouTube, for example, like I do. You can also use it on your website, and you can even use it to make merch. So there are actually two parts to logos. I'm gonna put up my old logo to kind of explain this because it's the best way to explain it. So the first part is the logo icon, which is the 8th note that is also a D in a guitar pick for me. And then you have the logo typeface, which is actually the word Dani itself. Now, you don't actually have to have both of these things. You can only have a logo typeface if that's what you want. But in these modern times, I honestly highly suggest having both a logo icon and a typeface. And if you notice with my current logo, there is no icon, but that is because that is kind of an in-between logo, and I'm actually working on a brand new logo icon for my branding. Now, I know many of you are probably thinking that you have absolutely no graphical skills or knowledge or know how to use any of the programs, so how on earth are you going to make a logo? It is perfectly fine and okay to hire someone to make a logo. I actually recommend that you hire someone to make a logo because, like I just said, many musicians don't have that graphical skill, and you want your logo to look professional, especially because that's your kind of front facing to the entire world is your logo, as well as the fact that creating something like a logo is super personal. And I personally struggle with making my own logos, even though I do have the graphical skills, just because I am so close to the project and I feel like it needs to be perfect and perfectly represent myself. So I'm actually in the process of hiring someone to completely redo my logo. However, if you're going to hire someone to make your logo, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind in order to protect yourself and to protect your logo. The first thing you want to make sure is that your logo designer hands you the final logo in an EPS format. And basically what that does is it allows you to make the logo as big or as small as you want without losing any quality. This is important because a lot of times inexperienced musicians will hire someone to do a logo, they'll send it to them in a JPEG form, and it looks great or works fine for them on their YouTube videos when they're doing things online. But then the moment that they want to perform somewhere and they want to blow up this logo on a big screen, it's just a garbled, pixelated mess. So you want to make sure that it's in that EPS format in order to make sure you won't lose any quality when you are blowing it up as big as you possibly want. So if you're going to do a logo icon and a logo typeface, make sure that your designer delivers these things both separately and together. So however you want the logo icon and typeface to work together, you should get that file as one file, get the logo icon as a separate file, and then get the logo typeface as a separate file. Once again, all in that EPS format. And the third thing is you're going to want to make sure your designer gives you your logo in whatever color you chose, black and in white, all separately. This is because sometimes, depending on what you're doing, you're going to want your logo to either be black or white or the standard color that you have. This could be, say you're doing the beginning of a video and you have a really light background. Obviously, you're not going to want it to be in white, and maybe the color of your logo that you normally use does not fit with the theme that you're going with or the style of the video. So it'd be really awesome to have it in black. And as well as, you want to make sure that if you're sending anything in like black and white, say it's a document, you just want a crisp, clean logo that's already in black and not being like filtered to be black, because then the black is not actually black. The last and final thing, which is probably the absolute most important thing that I'm gonna say in this video, is that if you're hiring someone to make a logo for you, make sure that there's a contract between you and the designer. Make sure in that contract it says that once the project is done and once you pay the designer, they will submit to you the logo and all the things that I just said above, and that you then own the rights and copyright to this logo, and you can use it in whatever way that you want, and the person who designed the logo cannot come after you for royalties or any type of money like that. This is so important. Copyright with musicians is probably the most important thing. Make sure you own everything. I don't even care if someone is taking a photo for you. If you're hiring a photographer, you should have a contract. If you're hiring a logo designer, you should have a contract. If you're hiring a website designer, you should have a contract. Always have contracts, because they will protect you or you will get burned. So, do you currently have a logo for your musicianship, or are you thinking of making one? Let me know in the comment section down below, and make sure to click that subscribe button and notification bell to know when I release the next video in this series. I will see you guys next time. Bye.